Hello, welcome to another session of Learn with Veer Sagar. Over the last couple of sessions, we have been talking about how we can increase the profit. Initially, we talked about increasing volumes to increase the profit. Then we talked about cost optimization to increase the profit. And we talked about value analysis, creating more value and increasing the profit. And the last session, we talked about a different way, that is creating a mathematical model so that we can optimize a particular component. I will continue in that way. Today we will talk about optimizing something which you normally do not do. The distance a product travels from the time it leaves the factory, right, till the time it leaves depot or the branch office, and from there till it leaves for the customer. How do you minimize that so that your cost of transportation, the logistic cost, comes down? This actually has a very strange genesis to this whole optimization thing of this particular problem. Dunlop had opened up, or was planning to open, a brand new depot, sort of a regional headquarters in Bombay. Huge place, beautiful place. And to keep that up, they needed racks and bins and then forklifts, etc. So the cost of that was quite substantial. And the problem was given to me to see how we can bring this cost down. It's a very strange problem. Here's a problem where you've got a depot which will stack tires, tubes, V-belts, fan belts, etc. A whole entire range of Dunlop products. And they're kept in bins, which go up quite high because the ceiling of the stores was quite high. And then to take them out, you have forklifts which go and pick them up and then take them from one end to the other. When they come in, they are downloaded from the trucks into a receiving area where they are taken stock of, and then from there they are moved to wherever they are to be stored. And then again, when they are to be sent to the dealer or the customer, they're taken off to the dispatch area. Again, the documentation is done and they're loaded on the truck and sent off. So for that, they needed racks, bins, and forklifts. The cost was high, and I was given this. And at the initial stages, I didn't know what to do. I mean, what can I do? And the idea was, okay, could you redesign the bins? Could you redesign the loading area? But I didn't think there was much benefit in that, because at the best, I could get 10%, 15% savings on an unproved idea. So I didn't think that was all that great idea. So we said, what do we do? Let's think of something different, something really revolutionary. Right? So we said, let's design a model. What are we trying to optimize? Storage is not the end of storage, only a transitory thing. A tire comes in the store, it's stored for a particular period of time, hopefully not too long, and then goes off. So that's a transitory. And we are doing all the spending on that transitory storage. So we said, let's look at the tire. The tire comes at the depot, it's unloaded, and then kept somewhere, then downloaded, and then kept somewhere and uploaded to the truck. So what do we do to minimize this journey of this tire? Let's optimize the journey that this tire or this particular product, tire, tubes, V-belt, fan belt, whatever it is, hoses. So when we designed that, it turned out that the way it needs to be stored did not require any racks and bins. And if you had no racks and bins, you stored the tires on the ground, right? The fast-moving tires in front on a particular ground, slow-moving tires a little more behind, and then only the V-belts, tubes could be put in racks and bins. And very, very slow-moving products could be put in racks and bins at the back. That meant that we do not need most of the racks and bins. And secondly, you don't need forklifts. Because since the number of racks and bins had come down and we had a lot of space, we did not need to go up so high so that when you need a forklift to go and take it down. And since what you were actually storing high in the bins were light products like tubes or fan belts, you did not need all this heavy duty movement, product for movement. This was a shock. Everybody in the company said, "What nonsense! How can you remove all sacks and bins? Since the time Dunlop India was created to date, you've been storing always in racks and bins. What do you mean take it away?" So my MD said, "Are you fighting on ego?" I said, "No, I have no ego, because the people on the other side, the regional managers, are very, very senior people and who know more about this industry than I would ever know. So I'm not fighting on ego. I'm only talking purely on mathematical model. So can you prove it?" I said, "I can prove mathematically." "No, that's no good. Proving mathematically is no good. Can you prove it actually, in fact?" So he said, "Okay." So next week, we went to our Calcutta depot, which is across the road, dismantled all the racks and bins, and relayed the products in line with the model that I had worked out. They saw this, they said, "Yeah, it looks good, but is it convenient? Is it operational?" So the regional was asked to continue using this for a week and then let us know what they thought about it. They used for a week, and at the end of the week, the regional manager said, "I don't want my racks and bins back. This is a very, very nice and convenient method. I'd like to have this going forward." So the point was settled. Then it was decided that no new racks and bins for Bombay, and this will be the new way of storing. And as a byproduct, most other depots slowly started taking off the racks and bins and then selling them for scrap. This was a major saving, but in terms of capital expenditure. This is not a profit in the profit sense, but we saved a lot of capital expenditure, and the cost of money being what it is, the availability of money being what it is, this was a great boon. Next week, I will take up another one or two of such examples. Last week I take one, this week I've done one more. Next week I'll try and take something also a totally different product or type and see where we go from there. Later on, I plan to do things for individual growth. What do we need to do? What did I learn from my experience on how to grow individually and how we should behave on any particular circumstances? Till such time, it's Veer Sagar saying thank you very much and see you again next week. Bye.